440? 4405. And 44405. 05.
Hello and welcome. I'm Jon Garlick and I'm here with the Sheriff of Calhoun County, Matthew Wade, and this is Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Sheriff, how are you?
Always good to be on the show, John. I tell you what, another good week. 2 arrests.
2 arrests. Let's take a look at
It
them.
brings our count up to 5,197 people arrested, all because somebody is willing to help us. Thank you very much.
And we have some thanks we want to give out to some school resource officers.
Absolutely. Deputy SRO, Deputy Seth Kirk from Pleasant Valley High School was on patrol last week when another deputy got a call of an intoxicated guy that was passed out at a running car. So the deputy goes up to the car. He's passed out inside. When the deputy makes contact, he wakes up and he runs.
Ooh.
And so when they get in a chase with this guy, Deputy Seth Kirk put the school in its safety mode.
Okay.
And because the guy was kind of going towards the school, well, the guy actually wrecked right there in front of Pleasant Valley High School. And when he got out of the car, started running towards the school. And Deputy Seth Kirk was on the scene and was able to apprehend that guy before he actually got to the school gym, which is where he was running to. So thank you for what you do, Deputy Seth Kirk.
Outstanding. Keeping the schools safe. That's what school resource officers do. You've got a lot of resources in there, don't you?
Absolutely.
Well, we appreciate that, and we appreciate everybody paying attention to what's going on around the schools, and we want your attention here on the first half of our lineup, and then we have a great guest for you here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Our lineup brought to you this week by Abe's Ace Bail Bonds. Abe's Ace Bail Bonds located in Heflin in Cleburne County at 256-463-1824 and in Calhoun County at 256-831-0074. First up in our lineup this week, Stephanie Welch. Miss Welch, last known to be living in Oxford. She's wanted for possession of a controlled substance. And this is Darius Cook. Mr. Cook, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for trafficking in stolen identities. And meet Douglas Smith. Mr. Smith, last known to be living in Jacksonville. He's wanted for possession of a controlled substance. And take a look at Demetrius Williams. Mr. Williams, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for burglary third. And this is Brittany Allen. Miss Allen, last known to be living in Anniston. She's wanted for theft of property first. And that's it for the first half of our lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show. Welcome back. We hope you saw somebody in that first half of the lineup. You might know where they are. If you do, call Sheriff Matthew Wade. You call, he hauls. We are here with Fred Couch, founder of the Alabama Scenic Rivers Association. How are you, Fred?
I'm doing fine. Doing great.
Tell us a little bit. You know, Alabama has tremendous natural resources. And years ago, you just decided that you were going to do stuff with the rivers, right?
Yes, Tom Sims, who's a local attorney here, got me to take him out on the Lewis and Clark Trail. And I said, well, Tom, let's get some other guys. So it's about 4 or 5 of us. And while I saw that, I said, wow, I can bring this same idea back to Alabama and we can create tourism in the state. And so it was 10 or 15 years later before I finally got around to getting that off my bucket list. And so in 2007, started it, and it just took on wildfire. Everybody loved it and supported it, and so we started out with the main river of the Coosa River and Alabama River, Mobile Bay, Mobile River, 650 miles. And then we were just so wildly successful that other people in the state said, hey, we've got a creek, or we've got a waterway, or we've got several in our county, will you, quote, adopt them? So we now around 6,500 miles of adoption. And we've been working on every one of those as best we can. And one of the things we do, and we just started this, is mile markers. And we provide this metal sign to any rescue squad in that area who will help us by installing the signs. And we're redoing our website. This is our 4th website. Our first one, I'm glad to say, won a national award. I don't know what this was going to do.
Maybe an international award.
Maybe so. But this one is going to have things that are just beyond most websites. All 77,000 miles of waterways in this state will be on that website.
77,000 miles?
You can touch. you'll have a map on your phone like this. I don't know if the camera can see that. But you have a map, and you can touch that map, and it'll tell you under your finger what waterway you've touched, all the access places, campsites that I've recruited. I've recruited 640 campsites in the last 17 years. Trail angels, I've recruited 73 trail angels around the state. Local history, local elected officials, and local information, emergency information, all under your finger. So move your finger over, get it again. So you can plan a trip on our website by just touching it.
So people that canoe and kayak and fish in the rivers can access 77,000 miles of waterway. Is that what you said?
That's how many waterways in this state will support the navigability of a kayak or a canoe. Now, a motorboat can't do all of those.
Right.
But a motorboat can probably do around 7,000 miles of it.
And there's a lot of people that canoe and kayak, right? Sheriff, you
I don't canoe and kayak, but I'm a big fisherman, and I wish I could develop a fishing boat that could go in some of those creeks that the kayaks can, because there's great fishing in that.
Well, you can get those kayaks that you fish out of.
You can. I just haven't got there yet.
Ah, well, I think you will. So, what's you said an angel? What is
it's a local person who's a good Samaritan.
Okay.
Who will help you if you need to navigate around a dam, go to the grocery store, take you to the hospital if we had one of those. Somebody got infected from mosquito bites, so the guy took him to the hospital. They're just generally good folks who will help you out. Give them a call. You're making a plan to go do some creek in their area. Can they give you advice about it or something like that? Okay. And that's pretty what it is. And they help me out too. We're working on another project right now where we discovered there are low-head dams. That's dams anywhere from 2 feet to 32 feet high, which were created for grist mills many years ago for good reason, flood control. And now they're dangerous.
Very dangerous.
And so we've got a warning sign we'll put above them and a portage sign we'll put around them if the adjacent landowner will allow us to do it. And I started this project about 6 months ago, and I would thought maybe there's 20. There's 46.
Wow.
46 of these structures. And so far, I've gotten 10 permissions. But I've got a little ways to go, because yesterday I spent 6 hours calling city officials, county officials, tax revenue office, 911, just to locate phone numbers of 4 landowners. 6 hours. 3 of the phone numbers I finally got were good.
Okay.
So I left messages.
So I think it's obvious why they're dangerous, but let's be more specific for our viewers. What is dangerous about these low?
Their construction is that they're flat on the downside.
Okay.
And there's a hole there from water pouring over them for years. And so that creates a reverse current. That's called a hydraulic.
Okay.
And even if you're in a motorboat with the sheriff, you cannot get out of it. The motorboat will not come out of it. So you can imagine if you're in a canoe or a kayak, your life is gone if you get in that.
So that can suck you down, and now you're underwater.
You suck you down,
pressed
bring
up
you up.
against the
Suck
wall.
you down, bring you up till it drowns you. They're called drowning machines.
Wow. And
Very
there's
dangerous.
47 of them?
46.
46 of them. Which brings us back to these mile markers, right, Sheriff? So for first responders, you're on a river, you get hurt, you get on your cell phone, and they go, "Where are you?" "Well, I'm on a riverside."
Well, people who fish a lot, people who traverse these waterways a lot, they know when somebody says, Clear Creek or I'm on this river at this place. A lot of people that use them know it, but first responders and 911 operators might not know that. So having a mile marker is really very safety. It's very important to get somebody to you in a quick, safe manner where you can get that help you need. So telling somebody you're at mile marker 25 that's a very distinguishable thing to say. So
Absolutely.
We provide all of this information, all the waypoints and everything, to the local 911 operators so that they and any emergency group can know exactly where mile 25 is on whatever river.
Outstanding. We're going to take a break. We'll get back. We'll talk more about tourism and our rivers in Alabama.
Sure.
Stay with us. We have the second half of the lineup for you here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. And welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Danette Cavadas. Miss Cavadas, last known to be living in Anniston. She's wanted for chemical endangerment of a child. And this is Bill Lewis. Mr. Lewis, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for child abuse. And take a look at James Anderson. Mr. Anderson, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for a violation of the SORNA Act. He's a registered sex offender. And meet Shanice Spain. Miss Spain, last known to be living in Anniston. She's wanted for assault second. Take a look at Kevin Malpass. Mr. Malpass, last known to be living in Anniston. He's also wanted for a SORNA violation. He is a registered sex offender. And that's it for our lineup this week. If you have any information on these folks, please give Crime Stoppers a call. That number, 1-833-251-7867. Welcome back. We hope you saw somebody in that half of the lineup. You know where they are. You do. Call the sheriff's office. You call, they haul. We are here with Fred Couch, founder of the Alabama Rivers Scenic River Trail Association.
Alabama Scenic River Trail.
77,000 miles of navigable rivers in Alabama. That's got to attract a lot of tourists.
Oh, it will. When I started this organization, there were 8 kayakers, outfitters and stuff, and now there's 70. I think we've done a little help there, getting a lot of people employed.
Wow.
And there were 8 or 9 known places to camp on the waterways, and I found a way to talk to the landowners. I said, these people are coming down here anyway. They don't want to trespass. They got some children with them. They want to just pull over and have a safe place. Would you mind? And now I have 640 campsites. There's that many Good Samaritans in the state of Alabama.
640 campsites.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any idea about how many out-of-state tourists are coming and utilizing these waterways?
I really don't. I wish I could say I do, but our new website's going to have a clicking thing where you go click on something and look like you're using it. We'll get a better idea, but I'd say there's quite a bit because kayak sales, because of the COVID situation, a lot of people weren't traveling anymore, so they started buying kayaks and canoes and stuff. And a friend of mine up at Terrapin Creek, Terrapin Outdoor Center, normally carries 600 boats in stock. He's sold out.
Really?
Sold out. And he just recently got his thing back up. All the kayak companies had the same problem. They couldn't supply the demand. And so a lot of them actually they just stopped taking orders. But thousands and thousands of people in there kayaking, canoeing, and mostly because of the sit-on-top kayak, which is much simpler. And people don't feel like they're enclosed like in the other one. And so if they fall off, get back up, it's a floating inner tube basically, but it's very safe. And so I'd say, as a rough guess, I know that Terrapin Creek used to do, about 10 years ago, they used to have about 6,000 people a summer. Now they have 15 to 20,000.
Wow.
So they're not all living here. They're coming from somewhere else like Georgia and
Sure.
Tennessee and stuff.
Well, Sheriff, you know, I've been up on the Hiwassee River to paddle down. It's a nice slow paddle. And then there's the whitewater people that hit the Nantahala. And
I've been down the Ocoee myself. So.
yeah, yeah. And so how do we compare, how do these rivers compare to things like the Ocoee or the Nantahala?
Well, we don't have the huge volume river like the Ocoee do in whitewater, but we have more whitewater than most people know. We have more whitewater in most states. Winston County, for instance, has 12 whitewater streams. I've talked to the commission up there, and I told them, I said, you should change your look on things and go on the internet and quote yourself as being the whitewater county of the United States. 12 whitewater streams in one county?
Wow.
And so we've got Little River Canyon, which is dangerous. You got to be an expert to go there. I've run it about 100 times, but you got to know what you're doing. You got to have taken safety courses to run that. Town Creek, which is west of Fort Payne, is also upper level paddling. You really got to know what you're doing. But we have so many medium and lower grade, easier streams to do what you can enjoy, and that's what the majority of people do.
Now you had a competition here, like wasn't that what you were talking about off air when these people went down the river? And
The 650 miles of he started with, there's a race, right?
Yeah.
There is a race. We had a bet. We had an attorney one time, Charles Dawson, put up $1,000 to see who could do the race, do the creek the fastest. And this Artie Olson showed up from Cummins, Georgia, and did it in 12 days. So then we decided, well, we'll have a race and see who can do it faster. And I never in my wildest imagination would have thought that somebody'd do 650 miles, portage 9 dams, sleep and eat in 4 days, 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Wow.
650 miles. That's just incredible.
That's amazing. So is this going to be an annual competition? Is this organized that way?
This is the 5th year.
Fifth year, okay.
And it starts September 30.
Oh, that's
and they
coming
have
up.
10 days to finish it. But they also have to get to the first checkpoint, which is in Wetumpka by the third or fourth day. And if they're not there by then, they're disqualified to run the rest of it.
And the sheriffs go out and look for them.
Well, they all have a little thing on their shoulder where you know where they are every 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
So, and they have to follow this track. Everybody follows the same track. And they've got a little radar, a little thing on the front of their kayak so they can follow that red light and night or day. And they have to have the normal navigation water lights on their kayak.
Oh, okay.
This year we are having some stand-up board paddlers do it.
Really?
Wow.
And I'm gonna watch that.
I watched it on Facebook last year, and it was very interesting to watch the progress of everybody every day. So it's a neat thing.
And you can go cheer them. I mean, you can get on the bike, and it's just a big thing. We have a guy from Germany 2 years ago. I think he's coming back this year. With people from all over the state of Alabama, Hawaii, and all over this country. And they're out there, and you got to realize they're doing this for hours on end. And they would love somebody on the bank or the bridge say, hey, go, man, go. And just to re-energize them, keep them going, and show your support.
So where can people go if they want to register to be in this race, and if they want to know where to go to watch it? Where do we go to find that
Well,
information?
you go to our website, alabamaScenicRiverTrail.com, but it's too late to register for this year. But you can register for next year on the website, and you can also volunteer on our website to help out on the race. And then there's all sorts of ways you can help at different checkpoints and along the river as well.
Well, fantastic. Fred, thank you for being on the show and talking about this again. This is an amazing asset for the state of Alabama.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And thank you. Folks, stay with us. We have the Crime Stoppers portion of the show, and then the sheriff's favorite, the Crazy Criminal, here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, where we ask your help on the following cases. First up, on August 8th, someone attempted to steal a golf cart from Timberline Homes on Highway 431 in Alexandria. The suspect was a male wearing a dark jacket, jeans, and a ball cap. And then between August 12th and August 15th, a license plate was stolen off a Jeep Grand Cherokee at Alexandra Brake and Muffler in Alexandria. And on August 16th, 3 bicycles were stolen from a residence on 6 Foot Road in Ohatchee. The first bike is a purple Huffy bicycle with stunt pegs on the front wheel. The second is a pink bicycle with stars, a white front tire, and a black rear tire. And the third bicycle is blue with stars. The bicycle were sitting behind a folding canopy. And that's it for the Crime Stoppers cases this week. If you have any information on these cases, please call Crime Stoppers. That number 1-833-251-7867.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
It's that time again, Sheriff.
Crazy Criminal, you just can't make this stuff up. This right here guy is named Buckethead.
Buckethead. They have him on
Buckethead.
TV 24.
Yeah, Buckethead. So actually his real name is Richard Boudreaux from Slidell, Louisiana. You always hear about the Boudreaux jokes coming out of Louisiana. Well, this isn't a joke, Boudreaux. You know, he went to rob a seafood store where he used to work. He brought gloves and everything he needed to commit his crime, except he forgot his mask. So he grabs a bucket and uses a bucket to commit his crime. And as you can see, he kind of lifts it up to see where he's at every so often, allowing his co-workers to know that Boudreaux is robbing us. So Boudreaux got about $350, and He actually went down the street a little bit to try to rob a pawn shop the same way, and that's when the police nabbed him in Slidell, Louisiana. So,
So what would that bolo have gone out as?
we're looking for Boudreaux the Buckethead. You know, but you know,
Boudreaux's wearing a gray bucket today.
you know, I think the Buckethead would probably stick. You know, old Bucket,
Forever and a day.
Boudreaux and his bucket.
Oh my goodness. Well, Sheriff, you guys are, I saw on Facebook, you're still hiring.
We're still hiring. Things are looking good. We've hired a lot of people here lately, and we're really glad of the people that we've got. We do have some openings left, and looking for those people who want to be difference makers in their community. So.
And you know, you hire brand new people right out of high school, and
We
you
do.
hire experienced.
We actually had a young man call today and was setting up an interview, and he says, "Does it matter if I'm still in high school?" I said, "It does matter. You got to graduate first, but after you graduate, we're looking forward to meeting that young man." So,
Well, that'd be. We've hired several like that.
and they've all turned out to be good.
Right at 18 years old.
That's right.
High school diploma. That's all it takes, right?
That's right.
Right. And you've hired experienced guys already, APOS certified. They transfer from other agencies.
We do.
That's appealing because.
We have a lateral transfer program where they can make more money. They don't have to start at the bottom, and they can negotiate their salary a little bit. And we're starting out pay is right around $40,000 a year with no experience for deputy sheriffs. So if you got experience, it just goes up from there.
Oh, outstanding. And some of the perks are.
Oh, state retirement and
That's a
state
big perk.
insurance, and they have plenty of annual leave and holiday time. So
Take-home car still?
take-home car.
Take-home car. That's fantastic. So if you're looking to be a difference maker here in Calhoun County, call Sheriff Matthew Wade, and he will set you up on a wonderful career. And in the meantime, you stay tuned with us for next week's show. We hope to see you here, but not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.